Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you a crossover between Marvel and Naruto, guys. Pretty fun, so stick around and check it out and enjoy. What if Godlike Naruto went to the Marvel universe? If you enjoy seeing and want to see part 2, comment down below and tell me, and I'll be posting that as soon as possible for you guys to enjoy. And also guys, I indeed have 4 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3 guys. And also Anime Prince, which I post what if on every single day. 3 what ifs a day for you guys to enjoy, so go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And yeah, without wasting any more time, what do you say we just run and start this new intro guys, and this new episode. Begin the intro now guys. We begin this series at the ruins of Uzu. Well, I guess this is it, huh? Said Naruto, in a sad voice. We all knew that it was gonna happen someday. It was just a matter of when, said Grandma. Standing in the ruins of his ancestors, Naruto stood in front of a gate. As there were strange markings all over it. He was wearing a dark orange jacket over a long black sleeve shirt, modified envelope pants with multiple pockets, and brown boots. His long blonde hair is covered by the hood of his jacket. After the defeat of Kaguya Osusuke, a short peace had settled in the elemental nation. Countries and hidden villages alike worked hand in hand to recover from the last war. However, it did not last so long. It only took a single spark of greed and hate to reverse everything that was achieved. No one knew better how fickle human nature was than Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. He was the last heir of the Uzumaki and Senju from his mother's side, Kushina Uzumaki. And he was the last heir from the Namikaze clan and member of the Uchiha clan from his father's side, Minato Namikaze. As a kid, Naruto was hated by the citizens of Konoha because of his unique circumstances. He was chosen to be the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi because of his father, when it escaped from his previous host, his mother. He was raised ignorant about his heritage, as it was an order from the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. As Naruto became the scorn and hatred of the people, the ignorant people that believed that he was a Kyuubi. He was tired of a cycle of hatred that kept on repeating over and over in the world, so he worked hard to become something that would be able to change it and bring peace. After his epic battle, Naruto became several things known throughout the world. He became master of Fuinjutsu. He acquired the legendary eyes, something that even surpassed the Rinnegan, the RinneTenseiSharingan, are simply called the Sharingan. As Naruto became the first full sage in a long while, he acquired Take, famous Kenjutsu, the Jiongu. After the war, he also set out to allow himself to become the Jinchuriki of the 9 Bijus. He took them all: Shikaku, Manatabi, Aisabu, Son Goku, Gokyu, Saikon, Komi, Jaiki, and Kurama. He modified the Death God seal that allowed a sense of freedom to the Biju inside, giving them a wide land to explore for themselves despite being locked away in a seal. He was a master of sealing. He knew how to do things that would make other people gawk in shock. However, there was a miscalculation with all the power that he gathered. He became essentially immortal, an unstoppable immortal force. After a long while, he decided to leave this plane of existence and live a normal life in another world. As he was able to use his near unlimited amount of chakra and his knowledge of Fuinjutsu, he created a bridge to another world, packing up everything that he would need as he said his last goodbye, leaving the world to never return. As the 21-year-old turned towards the gate and stepped in, once it did, there was a charge that went off. A light that rivaled the sun in quantity of light went off behind him as Naruto was gone from the elemental nation. Time skip in a different dimension. Central Park, New York, US, 2005. That was the date that Naruto arrived. That was the worst hiring ever. Hey, shut up. If it's bad for you, how do you think we in here feel? Komi replied, I guess it's a success. Since we're not dead, Jaiki said. Kid, you may need to get out of here. You might have attracted some unwanted attention, said Grandma. Yeah, said Naruto as he pulled himself up. As he had seals over his body to suppress his chakra in case the people here can sense him. As he moved off, as Naruto realized he was not in a forest, it was a large park. Who the hell make a park the size of Konoha? He thought to himself. As Naruto moved, it took 10 seconds for him to reach the edge of the park. What he saw shocked him though. Buildings that were tall as the buildings in the hidden rain. They were 10 times taller than the Hokage's tower, like skyscrapers. He saw strange carts moving. However, they didn't have any animals, no horse carrying it. What are these things? They had lights on them. The place was illuminated with light. Holy shit, ICBU said. Imagine climbing one of those. Son Goku said. You're really just a big monkey, aren't you? Said Kokyo. You need to find somewhere to lay low while you figure out how this world works, Saikon said. Yeah, let me try something, said Naruto as he pulled a Irish kunai. He proceeded to launch it away from the building tops. As he felt it made contact. Any people near that, said Naruto. None from what I can tell, said Kurama. Okay then, here we go. He was gone in a flash once again. Time skip, March 28, 2005. A man was moving down a large corridor. As he was going to report to his boss, there was tension around him as people moved out of his path. He was a Caucasian man, wearing tailored suit, black leather shoes, brown hair as he moved. This man is Agent Phil Coulson, the right-hand man of the Director of the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistic Division, or S.H.I.E.L.D. He was an expert in information gathering, stealth, diplomacy. He has already seen things that most people wouldn't even believe, and he could keep his calm through most of the chaotic scenarios. He is generally considered to be an easygoing individual with a great sense of humor. He arrived to the location as he knocked twice before he entered the office. As he came across his boss, pacing back and front behind his desk, on the phone. Yes, Mr. President. We already have a quick responsive team on site and a secondary team en route. Yes, sir. We'll send the update when able. Goodbye, sir. Facing Coulson was an intimidating, bald, African-American man, wearing all black with a black trench coat. He was also wearing an eye patch as well, over his left eye. What the hell happened, Coulson? I had to find out that 083 event from POTUS. Good thing we had people by who had the brains checked out. Now I'm going to ask, with all the calm I can muster. What the hell is going on? The man known as Nick Fury asks. Nicholas Fury, or simply known as Fury, is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. is formed to protect the world from things they're not ready to find out or know. The man was an expert on deep infiltration, espionage, assassination. He had toppled governments, assassinated world leaders. Basically, he changed the world behind the scenes, and no one knew. Well, people that weren't supposed to know did not know. Standing over a tablet that showed the information, Coulson answered professionally. An energy surge was recorded on the north side of Central Park. Our sensors did not report the event because the energy surge was harmless. The event just released the energy as pure visible light, which is really strange. Accidental recording of the event is already circling social media, showing that the light exceeds the brightness of even the sun. A large number of people were accidentally looking at the visual, or already checking into the hospital because of visual problems. The teams on site are already cordoning off the area with local law enforcement. Our New York branch is just 3 minutes away. While looking at tablet, Fury is running multiple scenarios in his head. With a plan form, he ordered Coulson, I want you on a flight to New York with our tech, with all the toys you can bring. Take another 10 agents for investigation and bring Barton with you. He can see things others don't. Commercial or private, Coulson asks. Fury gave him a hardened stare. Alright, the Queen Jet it is. I'll get going, sir. I'll send Romanoff as your relief team as soon as she get back from California. Coulson nodded as he walked out, ready himself for another mission. Time skip. Washington, D.C. Clint Barton is in a meeting room, waiting to be briefed. As he was on the way to the dormitory, when he was called back, he really would like to complain about his working hours, if only he had one. Being a high-level S.H.I.E.L.D. agent meant he had irregular hours, and he can be called at any time. As he changed into his sleeveless uniform, S.H.I.E.L.D. combat ready. Some would describe him as serious guy on the mission, but easygoing and relatable off a mission. He's also considered to be a special kind of prodigy. He had outstanding hand-to-hand coordination and his eyesight was, well, incredible. A master marksman in most conventional weaponry by 18. He specialized in assassination and bodyguard missions. People consider him a bit weird because of his choice of weapon. He carried a bow and arrow. S.H.I.E.L.D tech had upgraded that by changing the arrow tip to a different source of kind of explosive, or several different means of taking down the opponent, deadly, or non-life threatening. There was 20 people in the room, excluding himself. 10 of them are field agents, and the other 10 seem to be tech agents. This looked like a big op with this many agents. But why the hell do we need so many tech agents? He thought to himself, confused about that part. The tech agents usually stay in the lab, and to have so much of them out. He tapped the agent in front of him and asked, "Got any idea what this is all about?" No sir, I've just been called from leave. I haven't even started yet, sir." The agent answered in a nervous tone when he realized who was asking him, as he saw a tech looking at his phone as he walked over. "You have any news on the op?" he asked. "I may have some idea, Agent Barden," the tech answered. "Well," said Barden. Yes. Approximately 8:30 this evening, a bright flash of light was observed at Central Park. As he showed the video to the audience in the room, since our sensors did not record any spike of radiation or UV or otherwise, the only explanation left is an unknown hypothesis. The flash is said to be as bright as the sun. Well, that was basically the gist of what I was gonna say. They all turned as they saw Coulson. "Oh hey Phil, you're the one that called us in?" Barton asked. "No, orders came from Fury himself, with urgency from the president." "Whoa, so this is big, huh? When are we moving?" "Half an hour. I want everyone to pack for at least a week. Bring all the sensors, machines, and doodads that you might need, that you think might be available at the New York facility. We're going to take a Quinjet to our hotel, and start tomorrow morning." "You heard him, let's go," said Barden, as they start to file out. As he then turned, "How bad is it?" "Not as bad as you might think," Coulson said. "It is considered a 083 event. It just caused minor panic to the population. You know New York, if it doesn't affect them, they don't really care. The president is just concerned since he's gonna run for a re-election. And New York is one of the biggest bases. What concerns Fury though, is what we should worry about. We have no idea what caused the event. Zilch, zero, nada. Remember what the text said about the sensors?" "Yeah? What's so special about it?" "Nothing was reported. No spikes in infrared, UV, or radiation. That just doesn't happen. No phenomenon or artificial light can form like that without any byproduct. Even a flashlight produces heat," Coulson said. "So what's your take on this? Because my money is on aliens," said Barden. "Maybe, but I doubt it by my gut. Telling me it's gonna be big though." "Well shit. How many times has their gut been wrong?" "Not much." "Well, I hope it's wrong this time though." As both men felt a sense of foreboding on what is to come, and they felt like it was gonna be bad. Time skip. Mojave Desert, California. A man was walking in the middle of a desert. "God damn it, Krama. Why didn't you tell me it lined that far? I really hate those long-range Harashins," said Naruto. "Well, you didn't ask, and at least it is not bad as that Harashin gate that you made." "That is just a doozy," said Krama. "I really like this place. Can we stay here, please?" said Shikaku. "No way. Only you can love this place, Sandbrain." "Huh? What do you call me?" "Alright, you two, be quiet," said Jaike. As Naruto looked around, he was in the middle of a desert. The sun is just setting, leaving a beautiful image to behold. He didn't see any structures, just some mountain range on the horizon, which was a far distance off. As he looked down towards the Hiroshin Kunai, "I'm afraid that we can't stay here. Shikaku, there's almost nothing here. It might be perfect for a base for hiding, but we need information. Kurama, can you figure out where are the largest cities near here?" said Naruto. "Look to your left. There's a large city there. It has more people than the Land of Fire combined, or..." Kurama said as he trailed off after a field note for a while. "Let's go to the ocean," Aisabu said. Kurama continued. "Or you can look to your right and go there. It's significantly closer and smaller as well." As Naruto looked towards both directions as he thought what to do. As a plan popped into his head, he reached for the chakra suppression tag on the back of his neck that burned out due to the Hiroshin movement. As he proceeded to create a clone, as he handed over a ceiling tag and a Hiroshin kunai to it. "Go to the city in the left, find some out of where location in the city, and hide the kunais. Use the tag," said Naruto as he pulled out the tag to siphon up chakra from me. Create 1,000 clones and collect information there. I'll be by later. Yes, boss, clone said, as he took off at incredible speeds. And don't forget to transform, Naruto shouted. Are you sure that's a great idea, said Kurama. Come on, what's the worst that can happen, said Naruto. Don't jinx us, kid, said Kurama as Naruto picked up his kunai, before he took off in the opposite direction. Time skip. Edward Air Force Base, California. Edward Air Force Base. It was an institution built in 1933, approximately 35 kilometers NE of Los Angeles. Over the years, it served as one of the bases to defend the American Western seaboard with the advancement of space exploration and military technology. The Edward AFB is one of the military bases closely working with NASA and DARPA as well, because of their close proximity to Stark Industries, which was one of their partners as well. Because of the working relationship with them, several experimental advances and technologies are housed in these bases. The dozens of technologies being tested, there was two things there that could detect Naruto. The first is an experimental detection system that was invented by Stark Industries. Laser detection. The fusion relay, or simply called ladder, is a detection system that was used to map short-range missiles or help short-range or large-scale logistic planning. It uses a low-level laser to create real-time 3D resolution up to 250 kilometers away. It won't penetrate inside buildings or houses, but it can use to see cars and people. Currently, though, he cannot detect colors due to the limited amount of data lasers can detect. The amount of data that was needed to fully perfect it would need at least 200 gigabytes of data within 1 second each time. However, the technology they had at this time was barely achievable. The second thing was a group of satellites working together to produce high quality and video picture. It was called Godlike, developed by DARPA with the help of NASA. This was developed to capture high-value targets for future operations. Technical Sergeant Jonah Hernandez was relaxing in front of his station as he was waiting for dinner. He enlisted in the Air Force to achieve his dream of flying around the world, just as his father, Joaquin Hernandez. But he's not really flying anything now except for some paper airplane in his barracks. But at least he get to play with some of the cool new toys developed by the military, since he's one of the smartest person here in the base. He is currently testing the ladder system. He was a test handler. He sometimes just spy on people going about their life, but now he picked up something on the system. That can't be right, Hernandez said, as he looked towards the notification in his system. It was showing that approximately 25 centimeter long object traveled at superhuman speed, supersonic, and crash landed at the edge of the visible zone. Hey Collins, can you take a look at this for me? Said Hernandez. Technical Sergeant Collins. Elizabeth Collins. She was a technical operator of the Godlike system. She looked over her shoulder as she pressed the replay a couple of times. What the hell is that? Is that a rocket? No. It's too small, he told her. It's showing that it crashed from somewhere east. I know. I'm looking at it too. Don't give me attitude. You're the one that called me here. Yeah, I'm sorry, he said. But can you use the eye to look at what happened? I know it's over Vegas, near to the crash site. Apology accepted. Give me a second, she said, as she opened the latest package data that she received from the satellite. As she rewind. Hernandez, you're going to want to call the general after seeing this. He came over as she pressed replay on it. What the hell is that? Wait, it's a person. Where the hell did he come from? On the video there was a knife, a strange 3-pointed knife that crashed in the desert from somewhere. 2 seconds after that, a man appeared out of nowhere. He looked disoriented for a moment. He was looking around while talking to someone. He then multiplied out of thin air. Then he handed over one of those weird knife and a piece of paper to a doppelganger. The doppelganger then took off at breakneck speeds until he was out of satellite range. The original then picked up the knife and rushed towards Las Vegas at similar speeds. I'm going to create a copy of this. You create a copy of the report that you got from the ladder, said Collins. Come on, we need to catch the general before he leaves. He needs to see this. The two made copy as they moved towards the door afterwards. As he spoke to the guard there, whatever happens, don't let anyone in. As they found the general before he could leave, in his special secret service car, as they agreed to the man. Technical Sergeant Collins and Hernandez, sir. We are operators for some external projects, sir. We have observed some irregularities that need to be brought to your attention, sir. as Colin passed a folder to him. The man standing in front of her was an African American man. He had short black hair. He was wearing rimmed glasses, wire rim. He was known as a Titan. He was nicknamed in the First Gulf War. When he was just a captain, he was leading a 15-man unit of Air Force Special Ops to take out some landmines obtained by Saddam Hussein. The mission was continuing smoothly until everything went to hell. 3 members died while the rest of them received injuries. He had fought off the wave of enemies and defended his units as he carried them out, even the dead ones, to the extraction point, as they call him the Titan, just like the Titan Atlas. The general took the folder from them. After a few minutes of looking over the folder, he knocked on the car window. As the window rolled down, circle back to the parking. I'll call you in 30 minutes if I need to be picked up. Yes, sir. As the driver drove off, he turned towards the 2 sergeants. Follow me, he said. Time skip, Nevada. Slow down, kid. We're getting close. We don't want to tip our hand too early, said Kramer. As Naruto came to a stop, there's a road over there, he said, as he turned towards it. As he walked towards it to make sure he doesn't attract any unwanted attention. After 20 minutes of walking, he finally arrived. Wherever we are, this country sure is rich. Who makes road out of concrete? And in the middle of nowhere, said Naruto. As he looked at the sign, he tilted his head to the side. I can't read it, he said. Of course you can't read it. We're in another world. We probably won't be able to understand him either. I think I can make a temporary fix for the whole language thing, said Naruto. Hold on. He walked towards the rock as he sat down. He unsealed some ink and paper as he started to draw up a design. When he was done, he placed a sealing tag on the back of his neck. As he activated, that should cover it for a while. I'll be able to understand them. And when I'm speaking, the tag should convert my words to something they can understand. It even applies small genjutsu to allow the person to see the proper movement for something they would understand. Awesome, right? Good job. You get a cookie, Krama said in a sarcastic tone. You need to reach the city before nightfall. You're gonna have to continue walking again, said Jaiki. Roger, said Naruto. After another 30 minutes of walking a carriage without a horse, he still didn't know what those things were called. Stopped right next to him as it made that awful sound. As he tilted his head, he liked the color. As a window came rolling down. Do you need a ride? A voice asked. The Black Widow, one of the boogeymen of the world politics and elites. There are no missions that she could not handle. No person that she couldn't assassinate. No information she could not extract. No mission that she would not do for the right price. Originally named Natasha Romanoff, she was 5'7". She had a face and a body that most men would die for. She had red hair and green eyes. As she was considered the best of the best Russia Red Room Black Widow program, a brutal training program to create the best spies for Russia to use. She graduated the program in 1999 at the young age of 14. She had worked exclusively for Russia intelligence agency KGB until she left and went AWOL in 2001. She made a name for herself, taking the highest bidder and doing whatever the mission entailed until S.H.I.E.L.D. came across her. They sent their best agents to kill or capture her. As they sent Hawkeye, as S.H.I.E.L.D. was interested in the information that she might have had on one of their high-value targets. After about a month of cat and mouse chase, Barton had finally cornered her. When he had saw her, he recognized something in her eyes. As he held her at arrow point, he asked, "You got a lot of red on your ledger. You want some help clean it up?" That is what sealed the deal, as she offered to work with them, and she got immunity in exchange. She went for 6 months of accelerating course in S.H.I.E.L.D. as she passed with flying colors. As Fury considered her as one of the best deals that he got. As Barton became her close working partner, she currently only takes orders from Director Fury, as she was currently on her way to Las Vegas to relax and unwind. As she gets certain perks of being this high up in the food chain. She doesn't do this often, however, she does sometimes take breaks. Her last mission is to take care of a Chinese spy working the engineer in Stark Industry. However, he was a high profile target, so him going missing would cause a lot of eyes to turn. As she was driving down in her S.H.I.E.L.D. upgraded Konex CCX, when she saw a man walking down just past Jean's Sport Aviation Center. Usually, She would have just drive past, but all of her instinct told her to stop. As she came to a stop beside him and asked, "You need a ride?" As she observed him, he was as young as her. As he was standing at 6 feet 2 inches, a solid build, he was wearing a black and orange hoodie and cargo pants. He had pierced and cerulean eyes, golden blonde hair, with 2 bangs framing his face, and finally, what might look like whiskers at the side of his cheek, giving him a wild look. As he was looking at her car with a bit of shock on his face, it's still rather flattering to see someone appreciate the top-of-the-line human peak engineering. As he heard her question, he looked towards her a bit surprised. "Are you talking to me?" he asked. "Yes, there's no one else here, right?" she said. As her tone was playful, he scratched the back of his head in embarrassment. "Sorry," he said. "Sure, I would like a ride if you don't mind." "Come on, hop in," she said. As she automatically opened the door, he settled down within a chair as the door closed as she drove off. "Thanks for the ride. The name is Naruto Uzumaki, by the way." "No problem. I'm Natalie Rockford," she said, as she used one of her aliases. The spy business is a pretty unpredictable profession. The smallest mistake could lead to death, so she had to be safe. As she looked over him, trying to get any kind of lie out of him, but his demeanor was rather calm. "Your parents must really like whirlpool," said Natasha. Due to her profession, she was fluent in over 20 different languages, one of them being Japan. As he chuckled, "I guess I never really thought about it like that," he said, a bit awkwardly. "So," he said, "where are you going, by the way?" "Vegas," she said, "trying to see my luck on the slot. How about you?" "I noticed your lack of luggage, even a bag," she said, trying to get some more information out of him. "Yeah, about that, I kinda lost it, including all of my cash. I'm hoping at least to win a bit to carry on," he said. As he saw a skeptical look on her face. "Bad plan?" he said. "Yes," she said, "stupid plan." "Well, I don't know about that. I've always considered myself a bit lucky. I mean, look at me. A beautiful woman just picked me up in an awesome car. I thought those things only happen in movies," he said in a sincere tone that made her chuckle. "Laying down a bit thick there, Whiskers," she said. "But I gotta say, you're not the only guy that went to Vegas to try their luck. But you're the only guy that walked there, though, to play. I have no problems walking, but I kind of like this. Traveling in style," said Naruto, as he simply brushed over his new nickname. As he looked all over the car, before he focused on the monitor right where the clock was on the dashboard. "So, what do you do for a living?" "I work with Stark Industries as a public relations manager. I just got off this evening." "You?" she asked. "I'm between jobs since I just moved here. I want to leave it all behind. I was a freelance contractor, doing odd jobs here and there. Nothing special really," said Naruto. That was partially the truth. A freelancer was basically a shinobi, and in his world, well, missions were the contract. He is not a spy, or maybe not an experienced one, or maybe an assassin, maybe ex-military. Too little information, she thought to herself. She needed more. Time skip. "Looks like we're here. So what's your plan?" said Natasha, as she stepped around the back of the car to pick up her luggage, as Naruto followed her to the back of the vehicle. He shrugged. "Don't really know. I might walk around for a while, maybe get lucky. Happened to me before," he said. "Well, good luck to you. I hope we get to see each other again." "Same here," he said. "Hey, thanks for the ride," as he waved goodbye as he walked off. She made her way toward the front desk. As she checked into her room, she swept the room for any bugs. As she called Fury. "Hello, Romanoff. How's your vacation?" Fury said. "All is well, boss. I'm in Vegas right now. Going to play some craps for a week. But that is not why I call. I need to check on someone in the system." "What's the name? And why should I run him or her?" said Fury, curiosity in his tone. Natasha phone had access to the database. The only explanation why she would let him run a check is because he needs to know about this person as well. His name is Naruto Uzumaki. 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes. Possibly Japan descent, due to his name. I picked him up walking alongside the road to Vegas. By the way, he has whiskers." As Fear was putting in the details until he paused. "Excuse me? Whiskers?" "Yes, whiskers," she said. "Don't tell me you're making me search for him because of whiskers," said Fear in a deadpan tone. "Come off it, boss. I'm asking to run him because he was walking along the side of the road with just the clothes on his back. And considering where I found him, he must have been walking for hours and there was no sweat or fatigue at all. So maybe he's from the military. No, he's too young. He looks like my age. Late teens, early 20s. He also said that he was a freelance contractor who just moved to the US to leave it all behind. That was caused me to be aware of him. Alright then. He should have a record somewhere. She could hear the computer pinging. It said no match found. There's no match anywhere in the system, Romanhoff. Maybe he used a alias. Shit. I'll send over my car. Interior camera feed. Can you match a face? I just got a feeling about him, she said. I'll see what comes up. You're really hung up on him, huh? Fury said, in a teasing tone. Oh, and by the way, don't fly to DC. Head straight to New York. Your team will meet you there. Team? I really operated a team, especially on local soil. It's not that kind of op. You're the relief team that is being sent to New York on a 083 event that happened in Central Park. Roger, she said. Don't cut your vacation. Coulson and Borden are on site. Relax for now. Thanks, boss. Good night, she said, as she hung up and downloaded the video from her car and sent it to Fury. Just who the hell are you, she said, as she looked towards the picture of the man. Time skip. Achoo! Naruto sneeze. Seems like someone is thinking about me. Maybe it's a nice girl that you met, said Komi, with a bit of teasing tone. Don't start again on that, Komi, and next time, don't start shouting or interjecting the whole time I'm talking to someone. It confuses the hell out of me, said Naruto. Sorry, but you got to admit she's one beautiful woman. Well, at least for a human. I won't dignify that with a response, said Naruto with a grin. It seems like he picked up some things from his godfather. You know she's lying, right, said Kurama. Oh yeah, big time, said Naruto. The only truth she said is that she's gonna relax here. So, what are we gonna do, Jaiki asked. As Naruto looked around, as he took in his surroundings, huge building in all shapes and sizes, bright lights everywhere, people, a lot of them. It's like Tanzaka multiplied by 100 and placed in hidden sand. What really catches eyes toward the woman? Exotic, loose clothing, and very beautiful. Ero Sensei would definitely feel like he died and went to heaven. We need cash. Any idea how to get it? We can pick the pocket of someone, Komi said. Underground fighting. I saw some poster of fights. There must be some legitimate one as well, said Son Goku. Or maybe you can turn back and play at the casino to see if Lady Luck decide to follow you across the universes, said Kurama. All good points, but we need money for the last two, said Naruto. Underground fights would need money to enter, and casinos are the same as well for the buying. So we're gonna do it in that order, he said, starting by the first option. As he dashed into a secluded alleyway, he created 20 clones as they all transformed into the normal modern day people. You guys spread out and gather information. Find underground fights with high prices. And one of those guys that can make a fake identification. The more expensive, the more the better. We might need one of those. Dispel when you find one, Naruto gave with the order, as he sent half of them away. Now you guys, pick the pockets of any rich people you come across. Once you get it, just put by their wallets. We'll meet back here in half an hour. As Naruto had learned how to pick pockets since he was a kid, and he was much better at stealth now. So with that, he walked off as well, to gather some information on his own. Time skip. Alright, how much did we get, said Naruto, as he met up with the clones that were tasked to pickpocket. We know that you would access that, boss, so we found out how much they were worth. As the clone then dispelled and sent information to the original, the members of the clones rushed into his mind, as he had picked 42 marks in the half an hour. The money was known as dollars. 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. He got the basic number system. It was like his old world, however. It was different symbols. So how much did we haul? 221,456, another clone said, with a touch of giddiness. I still don't know how much it is. We found a store that sells instant ramen. A dreamy look appear on all of their faces. And the cheapest is $1 after taxes. Whoa, based on that, we have approximately 2 S-class missions. We're rich. As the clones nodded vigorously with a smile. Hey, what do you mean after taxes, said Naruto. Well, from what we gather, stores place the base price. However, when you come to purchase them, they place additional taxes on them. The weird thing is, it's different in different parts of the country. This country is divided into 50 smaller locations. They're called states. And they all have different taxes there. Jeez, they just have to make it really hard, huh? Well, great work guys, said Naruto, as the clones hand over the cash and they both away. That's a lot of money. When are we gonna go to stage 2? Said Grandma. Well, 3 of the scouting clones are dispelled. The best one is a place away from here in an abandoned warehouse. It looks like a lot of high rollers and VIPs are there, which means a lot of money. The 17 remaining clones are looking for a fixer to gather the fake identification. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go, said Grandma. Wait a minute. You might accidentally kill those people. Unlike the ones back home, they don't have enough chakra to keep them alive. Said Saiken. Might I suggest upping your gravity seal and maximizing your resistance seal? I would say up it to 500 times the normal gravity and up your resistance seal to level 10, said Montabe. Not a bad idea, said Naruto. His special gravity seal counter his body reaction, so it's not like he would fall through the floor just because the seal were that heavy. However, it was there to keep him grounded, power-wise, so he didn't accidentally kill people on accident. Alright, I'm ready, said Naruto. Whoa, I haven't moved this slow since I returned to Konoha after the training trip, he thought to himself. Come on, we haven't seen any action since you start to work on that Harashin gate, said Grandma. You do realize I can't really fight hard against these guys. They might get critically hurt. Yeah, I just want to see some fight. Ignore him, Naruto. Remember, theatrics. It will win you more money. If there's anything I learned from B, the money will come easier with a bit of theatrics, said Jaike. Time skip. 10 minutes later, according to the member from his clone, Naruto finally reached the hideout. Where the fightings were happening, they were illegal. As he arrived and knocked in a nondescript wall, the wall slid to the side as Naruto saw eyes looking at him. As a gruff voice spoke, a little dark out, huh? As Naruto remembered what the other guy had said to get in. Yeah, good thing I can change the light bulb. The eye hole closed as Naruto watches the wall sunk and slid to the other side. Come in, the guard said with a gruff voice. As the guard told him to go over to the wall as he did, he was patted down for weapons. Guess, or fighter, he asked. Fighter, said Naruto. As the guard finished, walked to the end of the hall and turned right. Knock on the door twice, now go. As Naruto followed the instructions. Once he knocked on the door opened to show a woman, dressed in a business attire. She had brown hair and brown eyes. You're going to fight, she asked for confirmation. Yes, said Naruto. She stepped aside and motioned for him to come in. 2,000 entry fee. Every fight you win you get $5,000. You win 2 fights and you get into the tournament later. It's a all or nothing game. You get to take home $250,000. 5% of the gate. And 10% of the betting pool. Sign here before you fight, she said. As Naruto signed under an alias known as Menma. As he reached and counted the $2,000 cash. Before he placed it down. When your number is called, you go to the ring. Your number is 32, she said. As Naruto was escorted towards the other area, he saw guys wearing bandages and gloves all over. As he turned back towards the woman, hey, can I make a bet? Sure, but you cannot make a bet on you losing. Oh, never even crossed my mind. Is there a limit on the bet? Minimum bet is $1,000, she said. Well, it seems that there was no limit then. As Naruto unsealed the money, I'm betting 100,000 that I'm going to win the whole thing. And another 100,000 that I'm going to knock out every one of my opponents. In 1 minute, he said, with a goofy smile on his face. Everyone turned towards Naruto hearing that. The woman took a while to regain her composure before she took it, as she jotted it down. Everyone started to glare at him, but he shrugged it off. He would have liked to use his dojutsu, but come on, that would be completely unfair. He would see the weakness of his opponents. There was only 5 that he could see that could compete with the average genin. Well, without that genin using chakra. And that was really pathetic. Really sad. Is this what this world fighters look like? That is just pathetic, said Grandma. Isn't that better? He could relax. And take it easy, Aisabu said. Yeah, but we won't have any entertainment. We can just find other entertainment. It's not like it's the end of the world. As Naruto watched that 6 feet, 6 inches guy, African American walk up towards him. You don't look like much. I'll enjoy turning you into paste. As number 9 and 10 was called, the guy left afterwards. He must be 9 or 10. After 30 minutes, his opponent was a 6-foot Caucasian with developing muscles. He walked with confidence. As Naruto saw a cage around 30 feet. The enclosure was 6 feet in height, as it was completely closed like a ring. There was a lot of seats, a lot of business suits and dresses. As he was told to go to one side, he removed his hoodie to reveal his long sleeve shirt. As he entered through the cage, stepping inside, Naruto walked towards the center, facing his opponent. The referee approached. This is a no hold back fight. I'm the only rule here. You either win by your opponent tapping out, or I say you win. When I end the fight, you end the fight. No question asked. You both understood? As they both nodded. Okay, after you tap your fists, you start. As Naruto gave his opponent a bored expression, as the man was looking at him, he raised his right fist as 31 lifted his fist and tapped it. The guy came in and drove his fist towards Naruto's face. Number 31 collapsed on the ground, coughing up blood. As the referee came over and signaled the end of the fight, as Naruto's fist was extended. But that was just a love tap, he thought. The audience heard that as they started to replace some of their bets. Time skip. Naruto and number 9, now known as Mike Lucas, was standing in the ring. He was the one that threatened him to turn him into a paste. The fight announcer called out for the end of the betting. Both of them easily dominate their brackets until they met in the finals. Although Lucas stands at 6 feet 6 inches, he's swift and robust, allowing him to overwhelm his opponents with punches and grapples. Naruto on the other hand just tanked the blows and then proceeded to deliver a immense knockout punch that dropped every one of them so far. What kind of name is Menma? Lucas mocked. It's the only name I have, said Naruto as he looked away. I still have no idea how you got here. There's a lot of guys who's better than you. As Lucas hated how calm Naruto was. As Naruto turned. Did you say something? That's it. You're dead, said Lucas. The referee told him to begin as they tapped their fists together. Lucas stepped back, maintaining his boxer stance. As Naruto was looking genuinely relaxed so Lucas could see a lot of holes in Naruto's defense. He instantly rushed towards Naruto, hoping to end the fight quickly. When his fist made contact with Naruto's jaw, he felt like crying out in pain. It felt like he had hit a block of steel as Naruto threw a fist towards his face. His experience helped him to duck. Hey, you're pretty fast, said Naruto, as a smile came on his face, seeing that the guy was able to duck under his attack. Naruto had copied a lot of fighting styles before he left the Elemental Nation. However, he decided to go into the basic academy stance. That should be enough for this. Lucas told himself that the previous attack was just a fluke. He knew that he could overwhelm his enemy with force and speed as he moved back in, as he lashed out with punches. Full upper blow, uppercuts, body blow. Each punch that he threw increased his confidence until Naruto swept away his leg. The man was caught off guard as Naruto punched him right in the side. It felt like a car had crashed into him as Naruto caught him with a punch right to his chin. The man staggered on his feet, realizing he bit off more than he can chew, as Naruto turned and did a spinning kick. Lucas smashed into the cage as he was knocked out instantly. A few teeth fell out, alongside spit and blood as well. The referee immediately raised Naruto's hand, indicating that he won the fight. Naruto was led to a back room, where he could collect all of his winning. Everything totaled up to 1,220,000, bringing his available cash to 1,239,000. As he placed all of it into a backpack, to avoid using a storage seal around here, as he was gonna go get something to eat until several people approached. A 5'11" Caucasian man walked up to him. He had a shaved head and a monocle in his right eye. He extended his hand for a shake. Good evening, or should I say good morning, Mr. Menma. As Naruto shook the man's hand, showing off a friendly attitude, but on the inside he didn't trust this man one bit. You have me at a disadvantage here, Mr. As he asked for the man's name. Strucker. Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, he said. Well, Mr. Strucker, I doubt you would approach me at this time of the day without some kind of business, said Naruto. Ah, a straight to the point kind of guy. I like it. Mr. Menma, I represent an organization with the intent of helping the world reach a higher level of greatness. Your skills and physical capabilities will be a great boost for us, Strucker said, as Naruto acted like he was thinking about it positively for a while. Organization, he said. What kind of organization has 25 high armed guards surrounding a man that they want to recruit in a back alley? As he figured that they were like the Akatsuki, but he had no idea how right he was. So what do you want from me, said Naruto. I would like you to join us in our endeavor, Strucker said. If I join, what would be my job and its benefits, said Naruto. With your skills, you will most likely be doing escort work for high-level executives, while doing some odd jobs here and there. As for pay, we pay on the high side of the spectrum, with excellent personal benefits. Whoa, that's just awesome. I really would love to sign up. But, the man said, hearing the but in that answer, I just left my previous job, and I'm on vacation, so I'm gonna tour the world before anything else. But I would like to sign up if it's still available. Maybe in a year. Circle nodded as he pulled a small card as he gave to Naruto. That's acceptable. You can reach me at that. Here are my details, he said. I hope to hear from you soon, Mr. Menma. As Naruto sensed electricity inside the card, maybe a tracking device of some sorts, as he fried it with electricity in his palm. As he made his way down the street, he was starving. Circle made his way inside the car. Sir, the beacon has stopped responding. He's not as stupid as I thought. What to do? I want his movements tracked. Send me a report every month. He looked like he might be a great addition to Hydra. I just hope that he will make the right choice. I will hate to be less than a gentleman when asking how he achieved such a high level of human conditioning at such a young age. Even if he's busy, we can use him for super soldier experimentation. Yes, sir. Hydra had no idea what calamity they were going to bring on themselves. After all, if all head of the Hydra was destroyed, turned to dust, the Hydra could not grow back, unaware that they were messing with a literal god. Meanwhile, the general and the two sergeants were going over the recordings of Naruto appearing. As this was really concerning, he just appeared out of nowhere. What's to say that he couldn't just appear in the White House and assassinate the president? Worse, he can go anywhere and take out anyone, or anything like launch codes. This was bad. As the general quickly got on the phone as a female answer, I need to set up a telegraph meeting with the chief of staff and POTUS as soon as possible. This is a code orange emergency. Understood. I will call back with details. Thank you, he said. As he hung up the phone, as he looked towards a man in the desert. Just who in the hell are you, he said. Meanwhile, Barton and Coulson was at the area. As he handed him a pair of binoculars. Look over there, at the cherry blossom tree, Barton said. Yeah, what am I looking for, Coulson said. Look at the chunk near the base of a tree. Is that a kanji strip? Said Coulson. Yes, it has Hindi and others I can't identify. That mark is exactly 100 meters away from where we're standing. Yeah, I believe you, Coulson said. That's not all, look behind you, another blossom. That's exactly 100 south of here. Those writings are present in exact 8 different directions, all 100 meters away from this spot. The weird thing is I'm fairly certain that they were not there before the event happened. Why would you say that? If I'm right, and all those trees are exactly 100 meters away from here, it's just too perfect of a placement. It's unnatural. You're right, said Coulson as he called over a tech. I want you to mark where I'm standing, use this as a reference, and map out that tree over there. When you have it, come back to me. The technician nodded as he got to work. So what's your take on this, Barton asked. Well, I got a lot of idea what might have happened. None of them are conclusive though. If I added those weird symbols, it becomes a bit worrying. Care to share some of it? Well, I'm currently thinking of 2 possible worst outcomes. 1. Something or someone activate a type of beacon. To what end I have no idea, Coulson said. Or, Barton asked, asking for the second option. Something or someone came over. We have no eyewitness except for a flash of lights, and those symbols are marking this era if what you said is true. As the tech came over, sir, the tree is exactly north of where you were just standing. It's also exactly 100 meters away from the chunk to the area. Coulson turned towards Barton. Looks like you were right. Okay, here's what I want you to do. As he told him to get some other guys and spread them out, to read the other locations if they were exactly 100 meters as well, which he believed was already the aspect meters. However, he just had to make sure. However, this does not look good. Whatever this is, it wasn't good at all. Time skip. Natasha was given a wake-up call as she got ready and prepared herself. She then called Fury up. You left me quite the puzzle, Romanoff, he said. The picture you sent of one, Naruto Uzumaki, did not come up on any database. He is basically a ghost. Even in the overseas databases, I should amend my statement, he didn't come up on every database. I'll try to find him while I'm here. If he's able to hide every record of himself, He's really good then, said Natasha. Tread carefully, Agent Romanoff. I still have a need for you yet, he said in a half-joking manner, as she chuckled. Sure thing, boss. Thanks for the favor. As with that, they cut the call. After she got something to eat, she made her way towards her spa appointment, as she had booked one for 10 a.m., as she thought about how to complete her self-imposed mission. Meanwhile, I haven't slept in a bed for so long, said Naruto as he stretched. That is just part of the course. You don't need sleep, remember, said Montabe. You're a lot like Gar when he was a kid. Good times, said Shikaku. You were threatened to take his body over when he sleeps. How can that be good time, said Komi. Well, a good time for me, not for him. Come on, it's too early for you guys to be broadcasting your fight in my head, said Naruto. Kid, it's 1 in the afternoon, said Kurama. Well, it's no more than 10 minutes since I woke up, so it's still early, said Naruto. As Naruto think that he could relate to a person with mental issues, say, a voice in her head. However, his has 9 different personalities that are capable of destroying the world together. It's a good thing he can turn them off sometimes, otherwise he would have gone mad. As he went to the bathroom, after washing up he came back. I have 1,000 clones in the city of Los Angeles, gathering basic information. None of them here in Las Vegas since they popped when they found a forger while I was sleeping. Now what should I do, he thought, when suddenly he banged his head on the table. The holy grail of answer is right in front of him. I'll place some reinforcements siphoning clones with high-ranking tags all over the world, well in the major cities. That will make it a lot easier to move around. And if each of those clones can create more clones that can use transformation in my dojutsus, I can make an undetectable instant transformation network. It's gonna be even better than what Erasanin had. As Naruto walked over towards the bed and unsealed a duffel pack and a backpack, as he placed 5,110 Hiroshin in the duffel bag and 511 reinforcements siphoning tags in the pack, he then proceeded to create a clone, find an abandoned warehouse or building somewhere, and place a reinforcement tag on you. You're then going to create another 510 clones with the reinforcement tags on them. Each one of you will pick 10 major cities and place 10 Hiroshin tags in a safe area. Don't worry about Los Angeles. When it's all done, you're going to make an information gathering cell on the city and a nearby area. Try to get in as many classes as possible and read all the books in the library. Look into that internet thing as well, if possible. Read and dispel a clone every day or if something important happens. Got it, said Naruto with a smile on his face. Yes, boss, no problem. Leave it to me, he said, as he flashed away in the sunshine. What do you plan to do with all that knowledge, kid? Said Jaike, as he knew that knowledge is power and power corrupts. Well, of course, we're gonna sell it, said Naruto. What? Said all of the Bijus. That way of thinking is totally out of character for Naruto. Bachan said that people would be really suspicious of what they've given for free. So we'll sell information on the bad guys for the good guys. That way we can help people and still earn some money. Smart, right? When the hell did you get that smart, said Shikaku. My little boy is all grown up, said Kurama, wiping away a fake tear. Hey, I'm not that stupid, said Naruto. Am I? He asked. Well, you were pretty bad. Shouting about being Hokage all the time. Running headfirst into the enemy without even thinking. Yep, you were pretty bad, said Kurama, as all of them agreed. Screw you guys, said Naruto. Time skip. As Naruto was walking towards the house of the person that can make him a new identity, his clone heard it from some guy talking about leaving Las Vegas since the cops are hot on his trail. Further investigation showed that the guy was a US State Department member, which apparently mean relations, employee and a hacker, which mean he can create legitimate, clean IDs, including IDs and passports. Perfect guy for the job. His services was 200,000 per identity, completely clean. As Naruto stepped into an alias, he created 2 clones. One of them transformed into a guy that looked like Sasuke. Another one was a sexy jutsu. Fully clothed, of course, as they made their way towards the building 303. Shuffling could be heard on the inside as it opened up slowly to show pasty, 5 feet 6 inches Caucasian man. Jeremy Michaels was an ordinary 23-year-old guy. He was working a dead-end 8 to 5 job for the government. Day after day, week after week, it was all the same. Well, it was. One day his Uncle Martin approached him with a request. His friend was unwillingly involved in a money laundering scheme. The FBI was already on his tail. What he needed is to create a new identity for his friend. His job and his skill with a computer would make it rather easy for him to do that. Because of his job, he studied on the bureaucracy of the government to create better paper trails, as he bought equipment to create perfect imitation ID and passports. Only his uncle could contact him about the orders, and he always used code phrases. The fact that 3 people that he didn't know was standing in front of his door was a bit disconcerting at the moment. "Are you Jeremy Michaels?" the blonde guy in the center said. "Yeah," said Jeremy. "I met this girl in a bar. Her boyfriend left her and now she's looking for a new phone." Jeremy's heart rate increased exponentially. A guy that he's never met before just said the code phrase. Is he a cop? He doesn't look like one. Maybe Uncle Martin just let the code phrase slip somewhere. But how could he find where I live? Damn it. I can't bluff out of this. It's better if I let things play out, Jeremy thought to himself, as the guy just stared at him as the other to look around. "Come in," said Jeremy. "I have some phone I can give away." As the blonde guy stepped in, followed by the black hair guy and the hot blonde hair chick, Jeremy looked outside as he looked if anyone else was there, but the place was clean. He pointed towards a chair when he came back in as they sat down. As it was a bit awkward, "Relax, Jeremy. We're not cops or criminals. We just need your services." "People who need my services aren't exactly clean," said Jeremy. "Well, that's true. But you haven't met these 3 siblings who paid their debts and who are trying to run away." Naruto lied, using a plot in one of the books that his clone had read. "Oh," said Jeremy, losing some of his tension, "but how did he know about my uncle code phrases?" "You're smart, Jeremy, but you have nothing on my sister here. She can connect dots that don't even exist. And this broody guy right here. Work out the rest," as he pointed towards the Sasuke look-alike. Of course, none of what he said was true. The clone had followed the trail and found Martin, which was Jeremy's uncle. However, he was not in the one doing this. So he had read through his journals after breaking in and find out the information. That's good, I guess. It seems like he need to relocate if some random siblings can work out his rather illegal job. Well, what do you guys need? My siblings and I need new identities. The faster you can do it, the better. I'll add 25,000 on each of your fee if you can produce them by tonight. There's another 25,000 in for you if you can acquire some high limit credit cards by the same time. How about the paper trail? That will take some time, said Jeremy. Don't worry about that, you can work on that as a usual pace. Jeremy thought it over. It would be tight, but if he postponed the paper trails until tomorrow, he can certainly make it, and the extra money would be added bonus. Alright, I can have it done by 7. I just need your photo and details. You can wait here while I finish it up. As the blonde guy got up and shook his hand. You can put my name as Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. The broody guy is Nathan Umber, and my sister is Hannah Fox. That way we can't all be traced if one of us is found out. You can do whatever you want as long as no one can link us to one another. Okay, come with me to the back to polish out details, said Jeremy. Well, Jeremy thought to himself, at least he was not some assassin or a spy looking into him. That would have been horrible. But guys, it'll be ends episode right here. If you enjoy C1C part 2, guys, go ahead and comment down below and tell me you want part 2, and I'll be posting it as soon as possible for you guys to enjoy. And tell me what you think down in the description, guys. I'm really looking for your feedback. So yeah, I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace, guys.